Title: The Final Game. In a small town nestled between the dense woods and forgotten memories, there existed a decaying sports facility with a haunted history. The locals spoke in hushed tones about the eerie events that unfolded during games held on the worn-out field. Legends of spectral athletes and malevolent forces lingered in the air like a foul stench. One chilling night, a group of friends decided to unravel the truth behind these whispered tales. Determined to debunk the stories as mere superstitions, Mark, Sarah, and Jake ventured into the abandoned sports complex with flashlights in hand. The air was thick with an unnatural silence as they approached the decaying bleachers. It felt as though the very earth beneath them held its breath, waiting for an uninvited guest. Their investigation began innocently enough, with Mark documenting their journey on a handheld camera. The eerie glow of their flashlights revealed overgrown grass reclaiming the once manicured field. As they explored further, the legend started to manifest. In the shadows, they heard phantom cheers and distant echoes of a long-forgotten victory. The trio pressed on, undeterred by the unsettling ambience. They stumbled upon an old trophy case that showcased dusty relics from the past, trophies tarnished by time, plaques commemorating achievements long faded from memory. As the group reached the center of the field, a chilling breeze cut through the air. Suddenly, the lights flickered, casting eerie shadows across the dilapidated stadium. The friends exchanged nervous glances, but curiosity propelled them forward. Unbeknownst to them, they were now players in a game far darker than any sport. The night took an ominous turn when they discovered an ancient scoreboard hidden behind thick ivy. The numbers on the display changed on their own accord, revealing a sinister countdown. Panic set in as the realization dawned on them. They were part of a game that had been paused for decades, waiting for new players to continue. As the countdown reached its climax, the ghostly apparitions of athletes emerged from the shadows. These spectral competitors wore tattered jerseys and wielded equipment of a bygone era. The field, once empty, now teemed with ethereal figures engaged in a spectral game that transcended the boundaries of the living and the dead. Mark, Sarah, and Jake found themselves inexplicably drawn into the macabre match. The atmosphere became suffocating as they sprinted across the haunted field, pursued by phantom opponents. The ethereal crowd roared with malevolent delight, amplifying the terror that gripped the friends. Desperation set in as they struggled to comprehend the rules of this spectral sport. Each passing moment intensified the haunting atmosphere. The friends soon realized that the only way to end the cursed game was to score the winning goal, but the supernatural entities guarding the goalposts were relentless in their pursuit. As the friends dodged phantom tackles and evaded spectral adversaries, they questioned the sanity of their reality. The once innocent investigation had transformed into a nightmarish struggle for survival. The friends frantically sought a way to break free from the ghostly grip that bound them to the unholy match. In the end, only one of them managed to score the final goal, breaking the spectral spell that had imprisoned them. The countdown on the scoreboard reached 0, and the haunting echoes of the phantom crowd faded into the night. The friends, physically and mentally exhausted, stumbled out of the abandoned sports complex, forever scarred by the real horror that unfolded on that haunted field. Little did they know, the ghostly athletes returned to their spectral slumber, waiting for the next unsuspecting players to continue the cursed game. The once silent town held on to its dark secret, ensuring that the legends of the haunted sports facility would persist, passed down through generations as a cautionary tale of the real creepy horror stories based on sports. The wager. In the heart of a small, tight-knit community, there stood a decrepit basketball court with a sinister reputation. It was said that a shadowy figure, known as the wagerer, haunted the court, challenging unsuspecting players to a game with stakes far higher than anyone could fathom. As the story goes, those who accepted the wagerer's challenge would find themselves entangled in a nightmarish match with otherworldly consequences. One foggy autumn evening, a group of friends, including Tom, Emily, and Mike, gathered at the court. They scoffed at the local legends. dismissing them as the product of overactive imaginations. Eager to prove their bravery, they jokingly called out to the wagerer, challenging him to a game. As the echoes of their laughter faded, a chilling wind swept through the court, extinguishing the flickering streetlights. The friends felt a sudden, inexplicable unease as a cloaked figure emerged from the shadows, the wagerer himself. He wore a hood that concealed his face, his presence casting an eerie glow in the dimly lit surroundings. The wagerer proposed a game of basketball, promising unimaginable rewards for victory but warning of dire consequences for defeat. The friends, still convinced it was an elaborate prank, eagerly accepted the challenge. Little did they know that they had entered into a pact that would test the limits of their courage and sanity. The court transformed before their eyes into an otherworldly battleground. The lines on the court glowed with an ethereal light, and the once silent surroundings echoed with the sounds of phantom cheers. The game began, and the friends soon realized that they were not alone on the court. Spectral opponents materialized, possessing supernatural skills that defied the laws of the physical world. The ball moved with a mind of its own, eluding their grasp and weaving through the spectral defenders. With every missed shot, the stakes grew higher, and the wagerer's malevolent laughter echoed in the air. As the game progressed, the friends felt an overwhelming sense of dread. Each point scored against them seemed to drain a piece of their vitality. The wagerer, shrouded in darkness, reveled in their torment. Desperation set in as they struggled to keep up with the ghostly adversaries, haunted by the realization that the consequences of losing were far more than they had bargained for. With the score tied and exhaustion taking its toll, the friends faced a pivotal moment. The wagerer offered them a choice: continue the game and risk losing everything, or forfeit and face an unknown fate. Fear gripped their hearts as they hesitated, weighing the consequences of their decisions. In a final act of defiance, they chose to forfeit, unwilling to gamble with their lives any longer. The court returned to its ordinary state, the spectral opponents dissipating into the night. The wagerer, disappointed but not defeated, vanished into the shadows, leaving the friends to contemplate the harrowing experience they had endured. As they walked away from the haunted basketball court, the friends couldn't shake the feeling that they had narrowly escaped a fate worse than death. The legends of the wagerer lived on, a cautionary tale for those who dared to underestimate the real horrors that lurked beneath the seemingly mundane surface of a sports challenge. The Cursed Marathon. In the quiet town of Ravenswood, an annual marathon was held to celebrate the spirit of community and fitness. However, behind the scenes, a dark secret lingered. Every decade, a mysterious curse befell the race, turning it into a horrifying spectacle that would test the endurance and sanity of its participants. As the day of the marathon approached, excitement buzzed through the town. Friends and families gathered to cheer on the runners as they embarked on the grueling course that wound its way through the eerie woods surrounding Ravenswood. Unknown to the participants, a malevolent force waited to unleash its sinister influence. The marathon began like any other, with the runners setting off under the watchful eyes of the cheering crowd. Among them were lifelong friends, Emma, David, and Alex, who had trained for months in anticipation of the event. Little did they know, their bond would be tested in ways they could never have imagined. As the runners ventured deeper into the woods, the atmosphere grew oppressive. The once clear skies darkened with an unnatural intensity, and the rustling leaves seemed to whisper foreboding secrets. Unbeknownst to the participants, they had crossed into the realm of the cursed marathon. The first sign of the curse manifested as the trail twisted and morphed, disorienting the runners. The familiar path became an ever-shifting labyrinth, each turn leading them further into a nightmarish landscape. Panic set in as the runners realized they were trapped in a malevolent maze with no discernible way out. As the cursed marathon progressed, the runners encountered ghastly apparitions that mirrored their worst fears. Shadows danced on the periphery of their vision, and haunting whispers echoed through the trees. Emma, David, and Alex found themselves separated, each facing their own personalized horrors as the curse exploited their deepest insecurities. The marathon became a race against not only time but also against the malevolent forces manipulating reality. The friends fought to reunite, their bond serving as their only anchor in the sea of supernatural chaos. Each step felt like an eternity, and the cursed woods seemed to feed on their fear. In a climactic moment, the runners stumbled upon an ancient finish line obscured by the haunted foliage. The air crackled with malevolence as a spectral figure materialized before them, the harbinger of the curse. The figure revealed the true nature of the marathon, a test of the runners' resilience and the strength of their friendships. The friends faced a choice: succumb to the curse and be forever trapped in the haunted woods, or defy the malevolent force that sought to tear them apart. Drawing on their unyielding bond, they confronted the spectral figure and rejected the curse that sought to break them. As the cursed marathon's influence waned, the woods returned to a semblance of normalcy. The finish line revealed itself in the soft glow of moonlight, and the friends emerged, changed but unbroken. The town of Ravenswood fell silent as the curse slumbered for another decade, leaving the marathon's participants with a harrowing tale of endurance, friendship, and the chilling reality that some races are more than just physical challenges.